Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Down. 55. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 185. OP. 280.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check 3. Check 3. Jam. Check. Low.
On second down, Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check Mike. Watch twist. Shift. Slide down. Check. Lucky. Check. What's up?
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Put that down. Slam.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back. White. Hey, 4-1's Mike. Defense wins championships, baby. Check safety. Watch the ads. You go tight. You got tight.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Benjamin's got it. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Bang. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch left. He's tight right there. 3 down. Check 3. Showing it. Wide. Get wide. No. Go Chief. Switch.
Shotgun now for Carr. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The seventh play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though.
185. $808. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Let's go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And this will be a touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. What now?
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Shift! Watch the shift!
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Well, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can roll him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
So on the big tight end, Holder.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch safety creep. Well, Gumbo. Safety creep.
Throwing now is Carr. It's a screen to Richard. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Express. Check 41. Crunch time, defense. Save. White Monday down. Come on, switch it. Check 24. Deuce right, Chief. Kill. You're mine. Kill.
From the gun, it's Carr. Going deep for Benjamin. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the pass. Kill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
On second down now, it's Matthews. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Mike's 50. You ain't going.
A shotgun snap for Watson. But he's got the completion to Hopkins. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
Let's go.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Texans first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36.
Check out read. Slam. Check nickel.
Now a give right side. It's Matthews. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Watson down to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Mike's 50. Here we go, T. Here I come.
Throwing again is Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown.
Touchdown, Houston.
Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
To throw again. Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Check 3, check 3.
Express.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
On first down, Jacobs. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Kill, kill.
Low, low, low.
Alert, flare, flare, flare.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr will try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Nowhere, nowhere.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Golf, golf.
41. We've got to wedge that, huh? Hey, watch the screen.
734.
Watch the screen.
That's up.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Going deep for Benjamin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Big Ed, big car.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
24.
Watch twist. Watch.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And this will be taken at the 13.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Check 43. Hatchet.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
55. Here we go.
What's up?
55 is mine, guys. 55. I'm on. Check. Tight down. Check 37. Check 37.
Carl try it again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Kill. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
What's on?
On 3rd down, Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Carr. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Rip left.
Throwing again. Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Come on, fellas.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 27.
Check 9, check 9.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Go, Chief.
Quick the edge. Go. Hey.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Double dog. That's the way.
93. 93.
Mike, 4-1, Mike. Watch the run.
Hey, wahoo.
41, Mike, 41.
To throw his Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got a man complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Texans' 42-yard line.
Monday, down. 180.
Hey, we got to get to the
Raider 1.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Jam. Shift.
Watch twist. Express.
Twist. Mike.
Express.
Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Shift. Check. Lucky.
Purdue.
Check.
To throw on third down. Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
SOS. Well, Jumbo. SOS.
On first down, Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
41's the mic.
I'm coming. 29.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Check safety.
White Monday down.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Deuce right, Chief.
Switch.
Here's Carr. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Orbit. Let's go. Mike 41, Mike 41.
All day, every day. That's it.
Mike 41.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Matthews. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Hey, check. Mike 52. Mike.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Big stop. Let's go. Bang, bang.
Watson on 1st down. And Stills bringing it in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm scared.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Watson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Rolling to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out.
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Hey, pick it up. No, check that. Check that. We got Mike 52. Front. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Past the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have
That's
a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick six, and then decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and then probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Watson, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more.
That's it, baby.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Hey, high 7. 55 is my guy. 55.
On 2nd and 12. Carr. And he slings one that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
3 down.
Hey, seam 6.
We're doing it.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. J.J. Watt. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's taken at around the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
What is that? 19. Check 52 to Mike.
On 1st down, Watson steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Rush in. Shed. Paulson. To the park. And I'm go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 552.
Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The rookie first-rounder, Jonathan Abram, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Easy. Kill. Spot. White. Shit. Watch the shit. Check 26. Check 24. Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan. They'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Down. Blue 80. Tight end right. We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Carr to throw. Catch made. It's Moreau.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. I got one. Watch the safety creep. Watch that.
Now Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Oh, a lot of contact right there. No call. Maybe got away with one.
What are you doing questioning the contact on that play? Let them play. And, you know, it's a late-game situation. And I think that probably played into it. The officials, they won't let the players determine it down the stretch.
37. 41 Mike, right here. 41.
Hey, Alpha.
I got it. Hey, 41's Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Down. 180.
Watch it be fine. Here we go. Check.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. OP. Kill. 808.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Raider 1.
41. We've got to wedge that, huh?
Good track.
Hey, Haywood.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Get him. 618. 41 Mike. Coming. Safe. Switch it. Come on. Low. Track 24. Kill. Turn it up.
Back to throw. Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Kill. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Kill.
Back to throw. Completes it to Benjamin. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season.
I'm going back to you.
Hey, exit.
41's Mike.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. Caught by Nelson. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
It's a gain of 8. And the Raiders first down.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And no, wide left. It's no good.
Here we go. Here we
and
go.
a tough finish
Here we go.
to this one. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Houston, they finish off the season with a victory.